Hello everyone, welcome to my podcast channel. I'm your host, Her Divine Holiness Chelsea Joy. This is Soulbetter. I created Soulbetter to bring high vibe tarot and oracle card messages to you. Aries, this is you. This is a twin flame soulmate reading. This is take 2. Okay. That may mean something to you. I'm trying to have some fun. On the first go, I felt like someone was trying to hijack the reading, and I don't like when that happens. So I'm gonna rephrase the way that I start. I'm back after a couple year hiatus, it feels like. I was having some mix-ups, so to speak, with the Vatican. I had to fight to have my Vatican patch and be able to read tarot cards simultaneously. 10 Swords. A long, painful journey. But at any rate, I'm back. The fog is lifted. The earth is shifted. The sky cracked open. Lightning came out. And my marriage card got punched. So I'm finally in a Catholic alignment. Just happened on December 30th, 2025 AD. So I be chilling. I hope you BBs are chilling too. So let's just like soak in each other's energy for a second. Figure out who's gonna hang out, who's vibing. How is everybody doing? Do you want me to be talking a million miles a minute? Or do you just want to like really speed up the video so that I just talk really fast through the whole thing? Are you somebody who speeds up stuff? Because then what happens? You think you're gonna speed up your spiritual awakening by putting it in fast forward. You sound like someone trying to mess with CERN, You can't do that. Aries, the Emperor energy. Let's get real. I like reading for big dick energy. Who's here? Are you guys watching? I knew you would. Let's do this. Okay, so in the first reading, Scorpio came out. Judgment. Stop being on the fence. You know what I mean? Start learning about how to overcome AI narratives and think, feel, and do, and express yourself the way that you want in love, life, relationships, work, passions. Don't let anybody tell you what's right for you. 10 of Swords. Anyway, let's get into it. For my Aries, you certainly wouldn't be digging if you was in a relationship now, would you? Does your man have a hidden app section? Whose man have a hidden app section? 9 of Cups. Overindulgence. Someone's drinky poo-pooing and making bad decisions. You better get in there. Play FBI better than the FBI. The Hermit. Wow. The Hermit, Virgo energy. Really? You're watching? Knight of Cups, you miss me. Well, you coming here saying you miss me ain't gonna do nothing. Who's missing who? Four of Swords. Meditation. Don't forget to find time for yourself. Don't forget to find time for your own ideas, for your own thoughts, for your own opinions. Spend time introspecting on that. That's going to help you get to the decision or the judgment call that you need. Now, for some of you, it's like me, just on December 30th of 2025, my marriage card got punched. Wedding bells went off. I finally reached the mountain peak. Judgment. Sometimes it can be minor judgments. Sometimes it's what you're going to wear to the speed dating situation because you're trying to find different ways to meet people that's not on, if somebody's willing to go out of their way to pay a $15 cover charge to go to a speed dating situation, and dress up and be in person and try to have an intellectual conversation with somebody, that shows a little bit more effort. That's something that's a little more traditional, I guess, in today's day and age, akin to, meeting somebody through an acquaintance versus being on an online dating situation trying to find somebody who wants a serious relationship too. If you're somebody who doesn't have as many pentacles in the bank as you need, don't let it hold you back, because it's a frequency. You don't always have to have every single duck in a row. If you have every single duck in a row, like mentally, thoughtfully, you know where you're headed, you know what you want to do, the right person, be it if you're a male or a female watching, the right person is going to want to water your root. And I'm not talking about inappropriately. Although obviously intimacy is very appropriate. But I'm just saying, any sense of competition, unless you're trying to actually work your way up in a corporate ladder or something, if you have a sense of competition or something of that nature, it's probably not for you. I wasn't in competition all the way up until my marriage card got punched. I wasn't in competition with anybody. It didn't matter how skinny I was. It didn't matter if I was honoring my fasts or not. It's setting the intention, I want my highest potential, and then figuring out how to get there. It's been 3+ years no porn, 2+ years celibacy, doing jnana yoga every single day. Exactly. It's about not mixing your energy with another until because of the alchemic processes, it's as soon as you try to submit and let your guard down, and because women experience intimacy differently than men, the minute you let somebody into your garden, so to speak, then you have to clear that. Then the universe is like, oh, this is the person, if you weren't specific enough or precise enough, the universe will say, oh, this person wasn't specific enough about whether or not they wanted to hook up, a friends with benefits or whatever. It's you have to tell the universe, my value because of XYZ, fill in the blank, is I want to test the intimacy waters before I commit to them. Because the minute you lay with somebody, the universe is like, oh, you want to marry this person. Because that's tradition. You know what I mean? Abstaining from sex is tradition. And so if you're living in a vibration, a frequency, a belief, a value system where you're comfortable, it's just going to cause more delays. You're better off just self-pleasing until you actually find your person, unless you're willing to deal with potential past life stuff that comes up. It's like, you might think this person's just a karmic, but the minute you hook up for the second time and it's a deep spiritual experience for each person individually, and the second past life thing gets activated because you guys are having a deep intimate connection, and after that ball gets rolling, it's hard to stop it. Then it's kind of like that. Then you're kind of like putting a roadblock in your spiritual path, so to speak. So you have to be conscientious, Queen of Wands. The Tower. You don't want to cause unnecessary towers by being selfish with the way that you feel like you want to live. And it doesn't mean that I don't think it's right or wrong. It's many people do things of this nature. I tried to do things of that nature and it just didn't work. But this is a message for Aries, single, introspecting, not finding enough time for the self. Four of Swords. Four of Swords is indicative of meditation, reflection, introspection. It's not necessarily you getting in your own way, but if you're typically one thing or another, it says it's like, make time for your own passions. These Four Swords are they crowned? Sort of. They have like a halo on them. And these swords are coming out of fire. So it's like, take time to figure out what makes your own fire burn. Reflect on that. Maybe it's something that you've long since tried to sweep under the rug, or, you know, thought, I want to be an artist, and then someone went, well, it's probably not smart to be a starving artist. You know, artists are starving for a reason. When maybe you should have just figured it out until your big break. Especially if that's something, Aries, that you've been wanting to manifest for yourself, because it gets a little wonky these days, but it's still possible. Six of Swords. Wanting to move, needing to move. Calmer waters obviously coming in here. I love this deck. Receive the messages that come in and weave your own basket. Aries, you're starting with your own thing here. It's like Two of Swords. Two is better than one. Co-creative genius is better. Wanting someone to witness your life is always better. Especially to a hardworking Aries. You know, they find so much fulfillment in taking care of themselves and others. It's like almost they forget about taking care of themselves if they can't take care of others, because it's like so woven into their being. And you know, what will come from this will last for an eternity. The hard work is going to pay off. The only thing is that it's kind of funny how each zodiac sign has been impacted in one way or another. But don't be so quick to act and be impulsive. Because the AI wants to perpetuate that. And so if you just give yourself a little bit of space to respond and not react, you're gonna find you know, Aries is a cardinal sign. You guys carry a really intense responsibility. And the closing message is, because you have to make such swift decisions, the challenge is here to focus on what makes your fire burn. What makes you passionate? Having some time in that is going to relax some of these thoughts. It's going to organize your thoughts in a different way by giving yourself that time to hermit. And let's see if we can get anything about the soulmate. Who's the soulmate for this Aries that needs to focus on hermiting? The Lovers, obviously. It's union within yourself before you find it in another. 4 of Wands, 8 of Wands. And follow the guidance. Strength. Kundalini Shakti is there to awaken your spiritual gifts. You can have some really juicy, intimate connections if you want. That's obviously your business. But dancing around the maypole doesn't necessarily have anything to do with people outside of you. Take it from me. I'm fully integrated on both sides. I did all that kind of stuff that I was supposed to do. And when you pull my cards, it'll be the Lovers, the Empress, the Emperor, the Strength, all the major arcanas. You know what I mean? The 4 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, the Ace of Cups, mashallah, 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 all of that. But it's about loving the divine dance of human nature and your fully awakened self on the inside, so that when you become unconditional love within yourself, choosing a partner for yourself who's also living in that frequency becomes not necessarily a business partnership, but it becomes like, I can neutralize my impulses and I know my strengths and my weaknesses and I'm confident in that. And when I get a little rocky on that, I promise myself that I will meditate and I will have that time to have introspection and make sure that I keep my thoughts organized and calm. This is the poised type of spiritual seeker who is at a point where you need to listen to the guidance. Figure out if you're willing, not necessarily to settle, but what are you willing to compromise in your life? What is it that you're willing to deem stable, something that you can be loyal to and patient with, so that you can have this Lovers 4 of Wands connection with a really strong intimacy there. 6 of Wands. See, recognition, victory. Somebody, you may be in the public. This person, you might, both of you may be in the public eye. But this internal dance that all of us want so desperately to have starts on the inside. And once we get it situated on the inside, we're able to manifest that on the outside. So, Aries, thanks for joining me. We're doing all zodiac signs here. So come tag along, figure out how each of your placements plays a role in these little energy check-ins for the beginning of the year. We're mid-January now. We're mid-January now. And the closing advice is just introspection. It's frustrating because you have all the answers within you, and it's really, really time for people to understand the application part of putting your big girl panties on, putting your big boy panties on. Nobody's going to save you. Nobody's going to show you how to call your soulmate in. This is like you become the magician. Turn on like Halloween Town. Turn on that witchcraft movie. Don't open Dybbuk boxes. Damn it, keep those closed. I don't want to do clearings on YouTube all the time. I do offer personal readings. I don't have any of my services posted, but my email address is soulbettering@gmail.com. Or you can find me on social media platforms and hit me in the DM. It's up to you, like whatever you're comfortable with. Weird. I wonder what that question was. I wonder who was asking a question. So, don't do witchcraft. Don't do spells. Avoid sex magic until it's useful. Things like that spice up relationships to keep it interesting. It's not supposed to be something that you abuse outside of a committed relationship. You know, it's almost like trying to rip Tantra away, put a weird witchy spin on it, and then say, oh, yeah, you know, it's like a makeshift Tantra initiation when you try to do sex magic on someone. So, at any rate, there's that. Aries, you must have your throat chakra cleared because just not that many weeks ago, that was the advice for Leo going into its own sign. So we all must be doing, unless something comes up, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth later, but we all must, we all must be doing a good job at expressing ourselves, even if we're in positions right now or seasons in our life where we're having difficult conversations. We're all experiencing growing pains right now, no matter who we are, what caste or creed or color or income bracket we are. So just keep fighting the good fight, eh? Aries, what's in the surplus? Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you guys next time. Waylon out.